Prince Harry, with his wife Meghan by his side, is set to give a keynote speech to the United Nations next week. It's all part of Nelson Mandela Day. The pair are no strangers to the UN, having visited back in 2019, but this will be the first time they will participate in giving a speech to the General Assembly. The event will mark the couple's first public appearance since that low-key attendance of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee last month. Nelson Mandela, of course, had a close relationship with the royal family, meeting Harry's mother, Princess Diana, back in 1997, and his father, Prince Charles, met him on many occasions. The UN invites the public to mark the day by making a difference in their community, with Prince Harry expected to refer to climate change, of course, and world hunger in his speech. This is rather interesting. Is there anything that Harry says no to, other than a photograph from a British photographer? It seems extraordinary to me. I wonder whether, did the United Nations go onto one of those sort of we need a guest speaker website and look down the price list and see who was available?
Who's cheap?
Yeah, and under Harry it said, whatever you're willing to pay will be there. Yeah. I don't know how this happened.
I'll undercut that happily. Do you know what I mean? If it's midweek and they do a hotel, I'll be there.
Every day of the week.
I just like, when you think Nelson Mandela, honouring Nelson Mandela, you think, right, just conjure up some images into your mind of who those people might be and what they might look like. I got to say, Prince Harry, not top of the list, really. And it is kind of, I don't know, irksome that this geezer, who is talking a lot about the institution of the royal family and the privileges and all the negativity in it, and yet when it comes to providing a platform for someone who would otherwise be nowhere near something like this, he leaps on that platform with both feet. And this isn't even about Meghan. This is specifically about Harry. You know, let's hold him accountable for what he says. And I'm not saying that he won't have some interesting stuff to say. I dare say it'll be the greatest hits of the stuff that he normally says. I just wonder, on the list of people that could speak at this day, where should he
It's
really
a very
be?
good point, isn't it? I mean, how did you get to Prince Harry from this? I mean,
well,
this
exactly.
is about Nelson Mandela Day.
Why Prince Harry? You know, he essentially abandoned the royal family. He legged it,
correct.
Gave up all his responsibilities and went over to the States. And now, all of a sudden, he's back.
But it's not to say that you can't have a view on this. And actually, this might be a case of saying, finally, he's using his celebrity, if you like, and he's putting it to... And he's putting it to
so is he there as a
use.
celebrity,
well,
or because he's a member of the royal family who decided to abandon his responsibilities?
Yeah,
I think he's only there because he's a member of the royal family. So basically, he's trying to have his cake and eat it.
I really think that you said quite rightly, why Prince Harry? But also, on the same vein, why not Prince Harry?
Yeah.
You know, he's done quite a lot of charity work, as has Meghan. He's carrying on his mother's legacy. His mother met with Nelson Mandela. They talked about working with AIDS patients as well. You know, he's carrying on his mother's legacy.
That's a royal connection, though, isn't it?
Yeah, we come back
all the royal connection.
But this is the thing, is that Prince Harry has never said, I'm no longer in the royal family, I'm leaving the royal family, do not call me, you know, Henry whatever of Windsor, Henry Wells. He has
a bit. But I tell you what, I will write a book about the royal family.
He said he wants to step back as a working royal. That's fine. Obviously, the United
style engagement.
But he's working. He's going to the UN to work.
But it's United Nations. It's nothing to do with the royal family. It's to do with them finding an appropriate keynote speaker, which happens to be Prince Harry. But he's not going to stand up there and talk about Buckingham Palace and what it's like to go and find breakfast at James's Palace. It's nothing to do with
it is about... I tell you what I was also thinking. They're talking about community coming together, and the tagline this year is do what you can with what you have, where you are. And I just thought, actually, this is quite... particularly when you talk about community coming together and everything, I'm just wondering if this will give him pause as well and think, do you know what? Maybe it is about coming together. Maybe I should back off and just leave the kind of, you know, the kind of itchiness alone, and let's just look at this as a beautiful world, and we can just back off and let's all be friends.
You are so lovely.
I'm back onto the... I'm not thinking that Coca-Cola advert. Do you remember that one?
Like to teach the world to sing and all that.
I'm thinking
do you know that slogan, though? Just quickly,
Yeah.
do you know that slogan? Do what you can with what you have, where you are. That sounds weirdly kind of northern as well, dude. Do what you can with what you have, when you can. All right, you know, and if you can't do anything else, then keep your mouth shut.
Exactly.
It doesn't sound wildly inspirational.
Free donuts for all.
I agree with everything that you say, Penny. I just think there are other people.
There are other, and also the United Nations, which I think Richard will back me up on this. This is a curious organisation that nobody really knows what the heck they're all about. If you took half the floors off that building in New York, nobody would notice any difference whatsoever.
You wouldn't miss it at all.
So it's functioning.
There'd be a lot
And it
fewer
just sounds to me that
folders.
they sat around a table and went, you know, we want somebody like, what about Prince Harry? You know, the person, a fairly divisive character these days, I'd suggest, and suddenly they came up with him. I've been to Nelson Mandela's prison cell. I've been to Robben Island. I went there, I looked at it. I feel more qualified to speak on this day than Harry. So
You should.
if the United Nations are watching,
That's quite
I'm free.
You're the man. We vote for
Yeah.
Ian.
How many Twitter followers do you have? Just jot that down.